Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Dude, look at this. That's cool.
Yes, it is. All right, ready?
Yeah.
All right. Ming, what's last name?
Chen.
Chen.
Chen. Chen.
All right, Ming Chen. What's up, everybody? This is Q. I'm here with Ming Chen. You might know him from the Comic Book Guys, the TV show. But I got a couple questions for you.
Ask away, my friend.
All right, so my first question is, what got you into comics?
I got into comics like most kids did. About four years old. I was about 4 years old. I saw like Super Friends. I was aware of comic book characters. I knew Batman, Superman.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't until 6. There was a magical day where one of my classmates had an extra copy of Avengers number 214,
Mm-hmm.
and he gave it to me. And I was like, "What's this? This got words in it, but it's got pictures too." And on the cover is Ghost Rider.
Mm-hmm.
He's being taken down by Iron Man. They're fighting midair, and in the back goes Captain America and Tigra.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, "Whoa, what's this?" So I read that thing cover to cover, and I discovered who the Avengers were. I learned about how evil Ghost Rider was.
Mm-hmm.
I learned all about Hostess fruit pies.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah, I learned about
The X-ray glasses in the back.
yeah, the X-ray specs and the fart powder.
Yes.
And I was
Did you ever
like, I did not, because I didn't have any money,
Gotcha.
and I didn't want to wait 6 to 8 weeks.
Yeah.
So I was like, "What's this? Why aren't the books I'm reading in first grade like this?"
Mm-hmm.
I was reading like Jack and Jill Go Up the Hill. Like, that's not cool. That's not as fun as like Flame On
Mm-hmm.
and and Stan Lee and his world. So I decided I would rather read comic books from that point forward. So that's how I got into comic books. So I started collecting Marvel comics after I got into DC a little bit later on. I was a Marvel kid growing up.
Okay. So I'm doing a little time jump for you.
Okay.
So you had to meet Stan Lee. How was that experience?
Meeting Stan Lee, one of the greatest days of my life,
Mhm.
definitely. The guy who created my entire universe.
Mhm.
I don't have to list everything, but Avengers, X-Men, Hulk, Thor, all co-created Spider-Man, all the greats. It was, to me, it was like meeting a deity or a god, like someone from a higher plane. That's what it felt like. And it was funny, like when he walked in, I got to greet him at the door, and at the, it was daylight out, so he was all backlit. He looked like
Actual icon.
he did. It was, yeah, and I heard like harps and angels as he walked in. It was really cool. And it was at the time we met him. Some of the Marvel Universe movies that had been out. He'd been doing some of the cameos, but and he was in Mallrats. He was in Kevin Smith's movie Mallrats too. So it was pretty cool. An icon, like a true icon. I got to meet him. It was a fantastic day. We got to hang out with him for 4 hours. So we got to throw every stupid question that every fanboy wants to ask at him. We were like, "Hey, Mr. Lee, would you mind signing one or two things?" And it started out as one or two things, but that pile grew, and he signed everything without complaint. And it's a really cool day with Stan Lee. So I'm very, very lucky and blessed to have met him.
Okay. So now going back in time now, you talk about Kevin Smith. Now you actually is his webmaster for his website.
Yeah.
And he pulled you because you did some fan art before, right?
Yeah, I did a fan website, and he was impressed by it. Asked if I wanted to work with him, and then continue working with him, which led to a full-time job later on, which led to him teaching me about podcasting, which led to a TV show. So it was, not your usual, like, go to school, get good grades,
Yeah.
write a resume, and apply for a job. But that's not, I don't really live life like that anyways.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's more like make a fan website, have it noticed by a guy that you really admire, have him eventually hire you, and then you get on a TV show in his comic book shop.
Mm-hmm.
Like, my life is very weird.
So which one of his movies is your favorite though?
It's tough. I truly love pretty much all of his movies, but Clerks was the first one I saw. That's the one I made the fan website for. Clerks is a movie that literally changed my life. Like, had I not seen that movie at that specific time, I wouldn't be sitting in this chair next to you at Dragon Con probably.
Mm-hmm.
And Dogma's one that really spoke to me as well. And I think it's cinematically and story-wise, that's his best movie.
Mm-hmm.
So it depends on the day. It's a toss-up between Clerks and Dogma.
I think about the same way
Yeah,
myself.
yeah. I'd probably give the edge to Clerks. When I saw that movie, what I really loved about it is really nothing happens in the movie. It's two dudes who are talking in a convenience store.
Mm-hmm.
The two guys talking outside the convenience store. Actually, one doesn't even talk.
Yeah.
It's one guy talking at a convenience store to himself, basically.
It's like an everyday man kind of movie.
Yeah.
It's like what we go through in just our normal
Yeah.
life. There's no extra storyline,
Yeah.
no backstory needed. You just
Yeah, but what I really loved is the characters talk like me and my friends talked. We talk about Star Wars. They talk about Star Wars. We talk about how bad our jobs sucked.
Mhm.
They talk about how bad their jobs sucked. They made fun of each other. We made fun of each other. It was it was very relatable. And at the time, I had seen movies, but it was all Hollywood dialogue. It was like, oh, we gotta go up in space and blow up this asteroid before it hits Earth. It's like nobody talks like that in real life. Like it was all Hollywood dialogue, and it was good for cinema.
yeah.
But I've never seen a movie where people talk real like me and my friends did. So, and that's that's where Clerks was the first movie I saw that did that. And I'm like, what does this guy make this movie for like $3.99? It's in black and white. It looks terrible. It didn't matter though. The dialogue was so good that you kind of ignored all that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess I'll give a little edge to Clerks just because it changed my life. But I think Dog was a very, very close first as well.
I would say that I met Kevin Smith. I'll tell you about that.
Yeah.
I met Kevin and Jason Mewes last year at New York Comic Con.
Yeah.
And I told them when I met them that I knew I was a fan of theirs when I'm going to go see Clerks 2.
Yeah.
Because the cashier asked me, "Are you sure you want to see this movie?"
At the movie theater.
Yes.
Is that their job to question your choices in
But
cinema?
you remember the joke that's in there though.
Sure.
With Wanda Sykes, that joke that's in there. With
There are a lot of inappropriate jokes
Yes.
in there. How old were you?
I was older. I was old.
Oh, okay, you're old enough.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, but he was just trying to warn you, I guess.
I guess, yeah.
Like, you know what? Keep your opinions to yourself. Thanks for trying to look out for me. I just want to go see a Kevin Smith movie. That's
Yeah.
pretty funny though.
But that's the moment I knew I was a fan of his.
Yeah.
Like I've been watching this movie, but this was the moment I was a fan of
Yeah.
his stuff.
When it comes with a disclaimer, basically,
Yeah.
you may be offended by this movie.
Yes, that's something like that. Yes, for sure. So on the TV show,
Yeah.
how much of it is scripted and how much is it real? Like, I mean, you don't have to say
Comic book
exactly.
man, yeah, no script, all the dialogue, all the jokes, me getting made fun of, all real life, all real dialogue. I don't memorize lines very well, and I think I'm not a great actor, so I'm reading lines, I'm very wooden and stiff.
Mm-hmm.
So I love that on the show. We could all talk naturally. And my friend's been making fun of me for 30 years. I've been with those guys for 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
All the jokes, all the making fun of, all the one-liners. Yeah, that's all stuff we said to each other in real life. Now, some of the situations. Did Nichelle Nichols happen to be in town looking for a Mego doll of herself? No, we flew her in, but that was a cool one. We got her in.
But for the most part, it was this. If a guest popped up randomly.
None of the guests popped up randomly. We booked them, we flew them out.
Mm-hmm.
But the situations, we had Nichelle in particular. We're like, all right. I remember the big thing we wanted to do with her. We wanted to see if she would reenact the first on-screen interracial kiss with William Shatner, but we wanted her to do it with Brian Johnson, the guy with the big beard.
Mm-hmm.
And we were like, well, how do we ask her though?
Mm-hmm.
Like, we don't want to offend her. We don't know how open she would be to that. So we had to be really nice to her. And we're like, Miss Nichols, thank you so much for coming in. We're honored to have you here. So this is what we were thinking. You can say no, but we were wondering if you would reenact the first interracial kiss with that guy over there. And she looked at him, she's like, oh yeah, I'll do it. Or we're like, awesome. And if you watch the episode,
Mm-hmm.
she doesn't just kiss him once, she goes back for another one. She does it twice. And it's like moments like that.
Yeah.
You can't script that.
No.
You can't script it. She did it. It's a great moment. It's a great episode with a legend. So
Yes. So with a lot of movie theaters and big companies trying to take like IPs for characters and try and make it into a franchise.
Yeah.
Try and make it into money. How do
Yeah.
you feel about that?
Oh, I mean, we're kind of in that day and age where that's just going to happen. Now, all the stuff that has been turned into property, Spider-Man, X-Men, Avengers. I mean, they were kind of out already. So, I mean, I know Stan in the '70s had pitched. He's like, oh, these would be great movie characters. These could be turned into major franchises. We can make TV shows. And at the time, he got laughed at because the executives were like, well, this is for kids. We're not spending a bunch of money on kids movies. Like, these are for children. These are not. They didn't think they would be worthy of big budget movie, properties and franchise. They were all wrong, of course, as we know now.
Yeah.
So now we're in the age where now you're developing comic books that hopefully turn into a franchise or a TV series. So it's a little different where their motivation now is not necessarily a great story or just trying to tell a good story or great artwork. It's to hopefully eventually lead to TV or movie franchise. So it's been kind of flipped around, and I think that's why a lot of the newer stuff is not great.
Yeah. And that was my next question, actually.
Yeah, but the older stuff, as a fan,
Yeah.
as someone who reads comics or maybe plays video games, your ultimate goal is to actually one day see it in live action. And luckily, they woke up later on like, okay, let's spend some money on this, hire great writers, let's take the time to make, if we need CGI, we'll make it look really good. We'll put a lot of time and money into it, and we'll get a great return out of it. They finally realized that. So yeah, I have no problem with it if it's done right. They put the proper resources into it. They don't try to change anything.
Yeah.
That's another problem.
They keep trying to change things from the comic accurateness.
Yeah, why would you? The comic was successful. That's what people will know. Why would you change even small details? We're going to notice and complain about it.
I mean, one thing is the costumes for one. You
Sure.
can't wear costumes from comics, but I mean, people would rather see the costume from comics.
Oh yeah. I think we learned that from Superman. Underwear on the outside, always.
Yes.
Does it look goofy? Yeah, but you can make it look cool, and James Gunn nailed it.
Now, speaking of Superman, I'm a DC fan.
Yeah.
And you Marvel. I can admit that DC does horrible with movies, but we do great with cartoons. And y'all do great with movies. Y'all do kind of cartoons kind of iffy.
Yeah.
So what do you think is the formula for them to switch to kind of make each other?
I think it's just commitment. I think Marvel's like, well, we got the movie thing. We don't need to. Why do we put the same effort into animation? But they can. They have the resources. They have the budget. That's just where their priorities are. DC.
You can go ahead and say, I don't
No,
know.
I have no problem with DC. I think James Gunn's gonna flip everything back and right the ship for sure. But I think Batman as an animated series was amazing.
Like that's the tattoo I have.
Yeah, Batman, Young Justice, Teen Titans. Yeah, it just worked. It just worked. Yeah, I think their live action. I think they try to go too dark at times, and people got turned off.
Yeah.
And that's why I like that James Gunn is at the head. He has a sense of humor. He's also a fan. He cares. Like he wouldn't make a piece of crap that he wouldn't watch himself, right? So, I think things are going to change for the better for sure.
You have any advice for people who want to get in the industry, or they like?
Yeah, well, I mean, if you love comics, if you want to create a book, I don't have specific advice, but if you did what I did, which was take something that you love and just make that comic book, make that YouTube channel, make that TikTok, whatever. You never know if the guy who created it sees it one day and hires you, or if you make that book, you don't know, it might blow up. It might get into the right hands who tells other people, all of a sudden it's super popular. Just if you follow what you love and put passion into it, it'll probably work out in some way or the other.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so end this off with, anything you can talk about that you want to promote or say?
Well, speaking of comic books, I just finished writing my first comic book. Now I have to get some money to actually get the artwork done by an artist, because I'm not an artist. I have to pay someone to do it. And then, but it's something I'm going to self-publish. We have crowdfunding, which I'm probably going to do. But that's something I've been working for a while. Just I'm not a writer by trade, so it took a little while to write. But that's kind of the hardest part's done already. So now I leave to the other in better hands to render the images.
But we can't wait to see it though. If you took some time, you're gonna be good.
Yeah. I guess I'd take my own advice, put time into it, put effort into it, make sure it's what you really want before you put it out. That's my own advice, so I guess it's pretty good advice. And I hope that's something. At the very least, nobody reads it. Great. I would hope some people. I'll have a little. It's basically an account of all my wacky convention adventures. Okay. I'll have a little memoir of some of the wackier moments in my life. Okay. So look for that in 6 months, hopefully.
Okay, we will look for it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for a quick interview, and
Absolutely.
thank y'all for watching.
Thank you, Dragon Con, everybody. Best con ever.
Yes.